everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So there's not a great deal going on at the allotment, unfortunately. So what am I doing today? Well, I thought I'd do a quick film. Not sure whether you'd be interested or not, but I'll do it anyway. And you can either switch it off or you can fast forward, do whatever you want to do. So I am making some spicy parsnip soup. Now then, I haven't filmed the process of chopping up the parsnip, but basically I don't know if you do it in your cooking, but in the middle of the parsnip there's a woody core which is quite tough, and so I try and cut those out as much as I can. I don't know if you can see it there, like that. Oh, yeah, that's it. So I get the woody core out, and then the main bit has gone into the soup. Now then, so I was thinking, what could I do with the leftovers? Yes, I could compost it, of course. And if I had a pig to fatten up, I could give them to the pigs, because apparently in France, parsnips were mainly animal fodder, apparently. So it's only fairly recently that the French have decided to start eating parsnips. I'm not sure why that is, but there we are. Or it might be just a apocryphal story. Anyway, I'm digressing. So I thought, right, I'll go back to a process of turning these into coffee. So I have done it before, and it seemed to work. So I'm going to revisit doing this, making the coffee again, and see if it's as I remember it, or whether it's absolute rubbish. But of course, with the magic of filming, you won't see all that process. It'll be this, and then instantly it'll be to the trying of it. I'll try and show you it as we're going along anyway. So the first thing I need to do is reduce these pieces to increase the surface area, so I can cook them down without using too much energy. So I don't know if you can see, I've into thin almost like matchsticks strips, and that means they'll dehydrate and crisp up a lot quicker than if I left them in one big block like that. That would take forever in the oven. So all I'm going to do is just, it's a bit laborious, I know, but and I suppose you could use a food processor to chop them up even finer than this, I suppose. But because it's a small amount, I can just do this by hand. So as I say, all I'm doing is into like matchstick sizes or something similar. And this is to reduce the surface, increase the surface area. That's right. Because ultimately, once these are crisped up and browned a bit, they'll be ground down to make the coffee. So I'll do all this. Now what else have we got here? I have no idea. Actually, what I shall do in a minute is weigh this to see. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to weigh all this so I can work out how much it produces, the end result. Sounds like my son is home from work. Alright?
Yeah.
Good. Everything alright?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Good. I'm just making some soup for later. Right, I'll stop the film there, and if you don't want to watch me laboriously cutting this up, you've seen a bit of the process, so I'll get back to you shortly. Bye for now. Okay everybody, so welcome back. Just put those onto there now. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll have to take my word for it. It's 129 grams. Let's see, that's 4.6 ounces in imperial money. So we'll go back to the grams. Did they say? Anyway, 129 grams. There we are, that's on camera. So hopefully I won't have to write that down. I can just refer back to the film. Right. So all I'm going to do now is put them into this air fryer box, or whatever you want to call it, container. Spread them out a bit so there's plenty of space around them. Otherwise that sort of defeats the object of breaking them down to smaller pieces, because they all clump together. But that's about the best I can do. So I'm just going to air fry this. I'm going to keep the temperature setting down low, mainly because I can use my battery and solar to power this, because if I put the temperature up too high it cuts into the grid. I don't want to be paying them money if I can help it. Right, so that's it for now. I'm just going to put these on to cook away slowly, and then I'll get back to you for the next process. Bye for now. Well, hello everybody and welcome back. So as you can see now, I've got these little pieces of parsnips down to a darkish colour. I did them on at 100 degrees in the air fryer for about 30-40 minutes, somewhere around that figure. And the main reason I did it at that temperature was to get the worst of the moisture out. And the issue is that my inverter from my solar, if you go above a certain point, it kicks in onto the grid. So if you keep the load on the system low, it comes off the battery without cutting into the grid. Anyway, got to save the electric. So I don't know if you can see. Let's get out the. Oh, anyway, it's gone off now. So the weight of this now is 28 grams. No, I think it was 129 grams. So that's 100 grams of moisture in that. That is unbelievable. Right, so all I'm going to do now is grind this up in a grinder to turn it into a powder. You can do it whichever way you like. Doing a mortar and pestle and mortar. But I'm going to do it in a grinder and get it down to a powder. Right, do that next. Bye for now. So that's in my grinder. Shouldn't breathe that in, should I? Well, now that ground that up, it smells suspiciously like coffee, believe it or not. Anyway, yep, that is amazing. I've just chewed a bit of. I don't know if you can see that. Just chewed a bit of this that I haven't ground up. And this, yeah, I mean, obviously like coffee, it's bitter, but you know, it's coffee flavour. Anyway, now when I did this before, I just put it straight in a cup and added water, and etc., etc. But I would suggest not doing that. Just do it through a filter, like filter coffee, because you get a lot of sludge at the bottom. So I'm just going to get this out now, and just have a look at it out of the container. Something that I do to clean out container after I've used it for various spices, etc., because obviously you don't want stuff contaminating the next batch of whatever you're making. I usually use a little piece of bread, which will grind that up to soak up any of the dust, etc. Seems to work quite well. Excuse me, I'll finish cleaning that out later. So we have there about 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say about 6 teaspoons of coffee there, or coffee parsnip there. Right, so the next thing is to taste it. As I say, use a filter. Now I don't know if I've got any filters, so I'm just going to pause the film rather, and then get back to you. Bye for now. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what the quantities required are, but I found this, what do they call this thing, a cafetiere, is it? Something like that? Yeah. So I didn't need the filter paper after all. So I put 2 teaspoons of coffee in there with hot water, of course. But a mug of water. So I'm not quite sure what the quantities are, but just let that steep for a bit. And my son, who drinks black coffee, is going to field test it for me, although I will. Okay, so there's your mug of black coffee. So I'm going to have a little taste of it. Right, get my son to test it for me. Okay. Does it taste like coffee to you?
Oh, yeah, that's all. Obviously it's got the parsnip edge to it.
What do you mean parsnip edge? Can you describe it?
Well, parsnip.
Well, I can't taste parsnip on it, but if you can taste it, fair enough. Perhaps my taste buds are shot.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So that's passable as coffee, is it? You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's all I need to know. Well, you might as well finish that off if you want it, if you're happy with it. Okay, well, what can I say? So, yeah, I detected a slight, how can I say, a spicy or burny sensation. Now, I'm wondering, because the trouble is I use that herb grinder, or whatever you want to call it, for grinding chilies, and for grinding, what else do I use it for? Cardamom pods and stuff like that. So there may be a little trace of that in there, because the last thing I did with the grinder was grind up some chilies that I grew in the greenhouse. So there may be even though I cleaned it out, there may be a slight trace in there. But it's not that, it's not unpleasant. So anyway, there you go, everybody. So if that interests you, give it a go. As I say, you know, needs to go through a cafetiere or through some filtered paper because there'll be so much sludge. Yeah, but there we are. Okay, everybody, I think I will leave it there and see you in the next one. Bye for now.